Okay, everybody, let's see what we got going on here. All right. Okay. Hey, finally reached the end of May. It took too darn long. I apologize to everybody, all my fans who's been watching my 1965 season with National Pastime 3. I apologize for taking so long. It took me. Hang on here. Okay. Oh, God. All right. Guys, I really do apologize for this. It took oh my goodness. It took almost actually it took 4 months to do May. I apologize to everybody. I took too damn long between being sick, being tired, getting other things done. I apologize to everybody for taking so long, but I may have finally set up a system that will help with the game. I will be playing some quick. I'll be broadcasting a few also. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to do the standings first, as you can see here. And for the American League, the Chicago White Sox are maintaining a 3.5 game lead. I just can't remember what I got in April. If I looked, I'd probably find it. They are maintaining a 3.5 game lead in the American League over the Detroit Tigers. They've been playing sort of bad ball. It's been happening. Right now, the hot teams in the American League are the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox, but they are like 10.5 and 11.5 games back. The Kansas City Athletics are trailing everybody with a 308 percentage, 16 games behind the Chicago White Sox. And let me see what I got here. Okay, so I did that one already, so let's go back to page 1. Okay. Pretty much 4 weeks into the season, I had that. Okay. Yeah, Chicago, actually California's leading at the end of April. They were a half game in front of the White Sox. So the White Sox actually picked up 4 games on everybody. Boston was in last place at the time for the American League. That's pretty much what I got going on there. And I do keep standings and stats. I try to do it all the time. I do have a back page of it. Got a little lackadaisical on occasion. You guys have known. I do apologize. Again, I do apologize for that. Okay, this is new though. In 1-run games, and as you can see, I've had quite a few here, especially in the National League. The Houston Nationals have been involved in 23 1-run games. They are 11 and 12. The Giants and the Pirates are doing it in the National League. The American League, not so much, but that may change. Again, over the National League, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals are slugging it out. The Pirates have a half-game lead over the Cardinals. They're currently on a 4-game winning streak. Cardinals are on a 3-game winning streak, just through a 3-0 hellacious shutout over the San Francisco Giants. Barney Schultz came in to relieve the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded, struck out Cap Peterson, and proceeded to get Hal Lanier to hit into a double play to end the game with the bases loaded. Cincinnati Reds are a game behind. They just split a doubleheader. The San Francisco Giants are 4 behind now. They've sort of been on a 4-game losing streak at this time, like the California Angels. The California Angels are on a 5-game losing streak in the American League. This is the standings as they sit right now. Now, all the good, fun stuff that we have here, guys. The batting leaders for the American League at the end of May. Tony Oliva leads the American League in batting with a .398 average. He has 68 hits and 171 at-bats. The top 10 finishes with Don Wirt of the Detroit Tigers with a .304. Cryer Stufsky does have a .333 batting average, has yet to hit his first home run of the season. Home run leader is Frank Howard. He has 12. If everybody remembers, in 1965, the leader in home runs was Tony Conigliaro with 32. So this is not bad off. Harmon Killebrew leads with RBIs is 51. As you can see, Tony C is in there. Lee Thomas, the Red Sox, and I'm a Red Sox fan, not going to lie, has 8. Tony Oliva has scored the most runs. Zoe Versalles has joined him. 2 Tigers are right behind them, so they are beating each other up. Again, Tony Oliva has the most hits, but Tommy Tresh has been the surprise. He's currently batting .354 for the Yankees. Frank Howard's got 58 for the Senators, and he is currently batting .320. Obviously, this is not the way it looks, but that's the way it happens. Tony Oliva has the most plate appearances, and Jim Hall has the slugging percentage right now with the .643 average. That's slugging. And I can bring up, and I will bring him up as we can show him real quick. Let me see what I got here. I can do this. Team. Minnesota Twins. Okay. And Jimmy Hall is batting .338 for the Twins. Has 10 home runs, 41 RBIs, but he has 11 doubles. He's one of the league leaders in there. So, let's go back to our AL batting. We'll just keep right on going here. And Tony Oliva leads the league with 20 doubles. Tom Tresh, Zoe Versalles are at 14. Lenny Green is at 13, and Carter Yastrzemski is at 12 for the Boston Red Sox. I've had 6 players have hit Grand Slam home runs for the American League. Lenny Green, the Red Sox, and Bert Campaneris are tied up for triples. They both have 4. Felix Mantilla has the best die. He has 29 walks. Lenny Green has 27. Carter Yastrzemski has 23. The Red Sox pretty much lead the league in walks. Stolen base, Bert Campaneris is way ahead, though he has Jose Cardinal starting to catch up. He has 24. Vic Davalillo has 7 caught stealings. And Frank Howard has the most strikeouts. Even with his .320 average, he has struck out 47 times so far this season. And that's the American League batting. The National League batting so far. We'll take a look here. Henry Aaron leads the league with a .366 average. He started late in 1965. I have a feeling I don't think he was on the disabled list. I think he had military duty. He is followed by Frank Robinson and Ernie Banks, 3 people you expect would be on top. They have the surprise is that the Pittsburgh Pirates have Bill Verdon batting .327. Pete Rose is up there with .321. The 10th player out here is Curt Flood at .304. The National League's batting average obviously is a little bit lower. Willie Mays has 15 home runs, followed by Willie McCovey's 14 for the Giants. Willie Mays also has 36 RBIs. He and Billy Williams are slugging out with 35. A lot of single home runs in the National League. Willie McCovey and Frank Robinson and Willie Mays have all scored, are right up there with the most runs scored. Pete Rose leads the league in hits, 61. Billy Williams of the Cubs is 59. He's currently batting .316 right now, Billy Williams is. Willie McCovey has the best on-base percentage, .472, and he also has the best slugging percentage of .672. Grand Slams, only 4 National League players have managed to hit Grand Slam home runs. Mac Jones, Tim McCarver, Tony Perez, and Billy Williams. Henry Aaron leads the league in doubles over the National League with 17, followed by Frank Robinson, 16. Everybody else is pretty much a little bit behind. Roberto Clemente, as anybody would expect, he leads the National League in triples with 7. Willie Stargell has 5. The surprise over here is this fellow right here. This is Tony Cloninger of the Atlanta Braves. Milwaukee Braves. Take that back to Milwaukee Braves. He has 4 triples. He's a pitcher. Willie McCovey leads the league in walks by far and away over everybody. The next player up, though, is a surprise, is Billy Klaus of the New York Mets. Maury Wills leads the National League in stolen bases. He has 19. Lou Brock has been caught 11 times. He has 14 stolen bases. Jimmy Wynn just had 2 stolen bases. He has 13. He's catching up. And Jimmy Wynn leads the National League in strikeouts with 44. That's what we have so far in the hitting department. Otherwise for pitching. Okay. And we're going to do the American League first. Mr. Buzzard is leading the American League now with a 1.50 ERA. He has been leading the league all season long, followed by Bill by Stafford of the Yankees at 2.09, and Joel Horland of the White Sox was 2.13. The Pale Holes are definitely doing a number on the ERA lead. Mickey Lolich is in there with a 2.30. Narum of the Senators has 7 wins along with Camilo Pascual. He also has 7, and Jim Cott has 6. You would think the Twins would be leading the league. They're not. Sam McDowell has the most strikeouts in the American League. He has 76, followed by Mickey Lolich's 60. Sam McDowell has just been a machine, and we'll show him. We'll take a quick look at him for the National League, and I can show him in an even better way, so I will. Everybody give me a chance. I will bring him in. We'll bring him in right now. Let's do that real quick. Cleveland. Pitching by game will show Sam McDowell. Sam McDowell has had 15, 10, 13, 11 strikeouts so far this season. That's why he's leading the league. He has 2 losses to go along with his 6 wins. He's currently 6-2. Has 1 save. 2.35 ERA. That's just the way it came. Has a good whip, a good batting against average. He does have to give up 36 walks. So he's got a good ratio going on per innings pitched, and he has a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio himself. When he pitches bad, he gets hammered. That's the one thing he does. He started out the season, he got hammered on the very first game of the season. He's brought his ERA down to 2.35. That is Sam McDowell. Don't worry, we're going to bring up the other guy. We'll show you the other fella. Jim Cott leads league in innings pitched, 85. Bill Monbouquet of the Red Sox hat. Dean Chance and Phil Ortega all have the most losses. They each have 7. Jim Bouton has 6, but if everybody remembers, this is Jim Bouton's sore arm year where he actually went 4-15. Eddie Fisher of the White Sox has 9 saves with 1 blown. Now, blown saves were not counted back then, okay? They just counted saves. So the blown save stat, yeah, but I try to work it in if I can. I'm not the best at it. I'm still kind of hinky about it, so I don't think I'm doing it completely correct. Anybody wants to go through all of my box scores in Skeetersoft Inc. over here at the Delphi Forums. I've told you who it is, NP3 Baseball, and everything says Clint on it. You can go through them all and let me know who I can fix in the save department, and I go back in and fix them. Whip. These are kind of losses, not blown saves. Denny McLain, I have 4 pitchers who have a whip of under 1, and these are all starters. Bill Stafford, John Buzzard, Denny McLain, and Joel Horland. Milt Pappas is at 1.00. These are excellent whips. These are all starting pitchers. These are not relievers. I'm real proud of this little stat. I love it. Now, over here at Pitching Leader 2, we'll get that. Robin Roberts has been a lot of the most home runs. He has 13. Mo Drabowski of the Athletics has 12. Bill Monbouquet has 11. I can't remember his first name. I'll find him. Mr. Newman of the Angels has 4 complete games. So does Sam McDowell. Most of the American League pitchers, they do not. A lot of the games they are getting relieved to death. It's just the way I play the game. If everybody knows, if you have a D rating, which means to me you're tired. You have, first off, it's always five innings or 5 runs. If you get shelled, that's your problem. But 5 innings or 5 runs. You got to pitch at least 5 innings if you're under 5 runs. I let a batter. If a batter only gives up one, like a quick home run, and when he makes D rating, I'll let it slide, and we'll keep on going. But the first time he has a player get to second base off a hit, not a walk, not an error, but off a hit, then he is automatically relieved. It depends on the situation. Pitching, if he's pitching a shutout down here, I will leave him in. If it's a good shutout. If you're looking at my score here, this was not. This was a 3-0 game. Kurt Simmons was. I sat him down after the 8th inning. He gave up. In the 9th inning, he had loaded the bases in the top of the 9th. So I brought in the reliever. So it was a split decision. So he got the win. The reliever got the save. But the reliever pitched to 2 batters and finished the game with a double play and a strikeout. So I will do that. He was in the D rating. He was in trouble. Bases loaded situation like that, yes. It was a tight game, and so that's what I did. I brought in a fresh pitcher. Okay. Denny McLain has the lowest batting average against. It's a 178. Sam McDowell's a 186 right now. Surprise? Dave Moorhead of the Red Sox, 195. Shutouts. Sam McDowell has 3. Mike McCormick of the Senators have 2. And I've got 16 other players that have 1. Camilo Pascual has walked the most. Sam McDowell has right there with him. I'm not surprised. Dan McDowell did have a wild streak. Narum had 36 also. Ron Klein of the Senators has blown 4 saves. He has 7, though. That's Bob Lee, I think. He has 3. Dick Raditz has 2. That's pretty much what the pitching is for the American League. Let's back it up here to the National League. Okay. Turk Farrell of the Astros is a 2.01 ERA. He is over the minimum, so he's in there. But followed by, and you guys should guess it, Sandy Koufax, 2.03 ERA, 93 innings pitched. Dave Giusti of the Astros is 2.15. He is starting to pitch in relief for the Astros. We'll go with that. And Tony Cloninger has a 2.28. These are excellent, excellent things. Juan Marichal, and Ron Herbel are right up there with them. It's a tight race for the ERA lead. Cal Kuntz, Joe Gibbons, Sandy Koufax, and Bob Gibson all have 6 wins, and Don Cardell of the Pirates have 6 wins. Sandy Koufax leads the league with 110 strikeouts. Doesn't matter what I throw, he gets a lot of strikeouts, and I'm going to bring him up as one of my all players. I'll do that right now. We're going to bring up the Dodgers, and we are going to bring up Koufax, and I will show you what his games look like. Sandy Koufax has pitched 93 innings. I'm sure why it did that to me. In his last 5 games alone, he has struck out 60. He has a high of 16 strikeouts. That's the high in the league for the season so far with people for this 1965 season. He struck out 16, walked only 1, and the worst part was it was a no decision. I get kind of hanky about bringing pitchers into the 10th inning. I could do it, but I left as a no decision for this one here. I let him out. I think I took him out for a pinch hitter is what I did. He's not the best hitting pitcher. Otherwise, he started out okay. He's only had really 1 bad game. He walked 7, struck out 8 in 1 game here against the Giants, and he did manage to win the game, even though he gave up 2 home runs. It was an ugly game. It was one of his non-completers. He has 6 complete games, by the way. Actually, 7. Or actually, it's less than that because 2 of these are no-Ds. He had a 10-inning no-D here also, and struck out 11. But I thought I'd show you that good stuff. Okay, Don Drysdale and Sandy Koufax both were, and Claude Osteen of the Dodgers, all 3 of them are over 90 innings. So they are definitely, and this is what the National League was in 1965, and we all know it. You guys know why you laugh at the 2017 season, as everybody calls it, even what's going on now. I call it, the pitch count league. Okay? Digital Diamond doesn't use pitch count. I know that. These guys don't use pitch count. There's no way you can really do that and still maintain the quality of the game. Action PC, I know does, and so doesn't Strat. I know in the on the PC side of the board. I don't think it does on the board Dyson card. I've seen a lot of times when Alice broadcasts these games, I see a pitch count there with the pitcher. So I know what happens. Okay. Bob Boole of the Cubs have the most losses, followed by Al Jackson. Bob Bruce of the Astros. Chris Short of the Phillies has been a hard luck pitcher. He really has. He's right here with a 2.46 ERA. Every time I play him, it's a 3-2 loss, 4-3, real tight games. Lindy McDaniel of the Cubs has 7 saves. He only has blown 1. Barney Schultz just had a 6 save. Al McBean of the Pirates has 6. Sandy Koufax, as you expected, has the lowest whip in the league, followed by Juan Marichal. These 2 are slugging out. Turk Farrell's been the surprise all season for a team that's pretty much a losing team. Excuse me. Warren Spahn of the Mets gives up 14 home runs. He leads the league. He's heading towards his last few seasons. He's up there in the age. Don Drysdale's given up 13. I'm not surprised. Don Drysdale also has 7 complete games, and Koufax does have 6. Bob Gibson also has 6. The National League is definitely, it comes easier that way. The games have been tight, close, low scoring. Sandy Koufax by far and away has the lowest batting average against, 155. Clowlinger's next with a 184, followed by Marichal. Koufax, Don Cardwell of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Juan Marichal all have 2 shutouts. Cardwell just missed in the 9th inning, gave up a 2-run blast. Otherwise, he would have had 3. Gave it up to Wes Covington of the Philadelphia Phillies. Clowninger also leads the league in walks, followed by Sammy Ellis and Jim Maloney. And Al McBean, and the blown saves is not all that much. League. Okay. The average league is 243 for the American League batting. The team hitting the best is the Cleveland Indians, are hitting 263. Home run wise, it's the Detroit Tigers with 56. But if you notice, they ain't leading the league in home runs. They don't have a leader up there. Washington Senators are up there at 51. The Washington Senators have the most strikeouts, followed by the Angels. They're just swinging away. The best eye is being held by the Boston Red Sox, but they're only batting, again, 243 themselves. I'm not using bunts a lot. I got to use them more. Sacrifice hits, you can see right here, I'm not using it a lot. I should. Sacrifice flies, though, and this has been fantastic in this game. I couldn't see this any better if I tried. 123 sacrifice flies. A lot of them out there. It's been beautiful. That's why I enjoy the game. Doubles is, again, the Boston Red Sox. They also have, the White Sox have the most triples. The Pale Hose do. Pitching-wise to the American League. The lowest ERA is 2.88. The average ERA is 3.59. If I go look at the end of the season stats, I'm going to be about maybe a couple points off. It's real close. Team strikeouts is the Indians. Home runs is the Kansas City A's with 55, followed by the Orioles with 52. I've had a few hit batters, obviously. A few little chats out there. I had one intentional walk. I did it, and it worked. Believe it or not. I am not sure what HL is. Holds. I do play holds, too. The Senators have the most blown saves as a team. The White Sox have the most saves, period. They've also have 8 complete games, but the leading team in complete games is California Angels. Or back then, the Los Angeles Angels. They have 11. And the most shutouts has been by the Cleveland Indians. So it's been a unique thing for the American League. Fielding-wise, this is cool. What they don't show you on here, and I wish, and I can set up for individual. It's kind of tough, but I can do it. Individual assist, a lot of outfield assists, and I love watching them when it happens. I just had one that I just had a 7-7-2 double play. Great double play. I've had 4-2-5s. I mean, I have some great double plays out there. A lot of them, though, are generally from center field to third base, or right field to second, or right field to home, or right field to third. I think it's some great games. I'm not even going to complain. I love it. National League wise. Okay. Batting average. The Cincinnati Reds are leading the National League at 278. But if you notice, the league average is only 247. So there's not much difference between the two leagues. The New York Mets have the worst batting average of 226. But they do not have the lowest home runs. It's the Dodgers. They were Dodgers and the Astros. And you know what the Astros' problem was? They played at the Astrodome. The Dodgers, they really didn't have a slugging team. So this is fairly accurate. Even though this is only 2 months into the season. Strikeout leaders is the New York Mets. They strike out a lot, followed by the Houston Astros. Home run wise, it's the Cincinnati Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies are beating each other up. The leaders in home runs, though, is, again, it's McCovey and Mays. Doubles. The Cincinnati Reds have 78, the Braves have 73, and the Cubs have 67. A lot of doubles in the National League. No complaints. Triples, same thing. Astros have 16 triples, followed by the Pirates and the Braves. Sacrifice flies, I got a lot of them. Sacrifice hits, I've used it a lot. Double plays, The Giants, they've hit into 56. Willie Mays just did 2 of them in one game. Pitching. Okay. The league ERA is 3.40. The Pirates lead the league in ERA 2.84. This is about right for 1965. This is actually, and I'll probably do, because I'm going to pick up when I get with this madness and I get the way I'm going, I'm probably going to do what somebody else has done in the 80s. I'm going to do it in the 60s. And I am going to play every season in the 60s, and we'll come up with some real heavy stats. Batting average against Dodgers, they get about 211. And you can tell, led by Koufax is 155 average. They also have the lowest whip, 101. But they're 24 and 22. They're down to more than a 500 club. Strikeouts, it's not the Dodgers. It's the Phillies and the Giants. The Reds have given up the most walks. Shutout-wise, I've only had 19 shutouts in the National League, but I've got 3 teams with 3. Complete games, I love this. The Dodgers have 17. So I like doing this. I don't mind at all. Home runs allowed. The Mets with 49, the Giants with 45, and the Astros with 44. As you can see, there's a lot of haves and have-nots. As the season goes on, it'll get better. Fielding-wise, it's like, again, I love it. 410 double plays so far in the National League. Led by the New York Mets. They have 60 double plays. 419 errors. Okay? The Pirates have the fewest errors. That's why I love this stuff. I can get this. We're going to look at the streaks. And I'll show you right now. Is it current? No, this is the historical streak. Don Demeter of the Detroit Tigers went on a 19-game streak. It's the highest. That's the hottest it is. And you can see a familiar fella here. Some guy named Rose. He got into a 16-hit game streak. I cannot now. Cyrus, if you're watching this, I would love to see this. If we can use a sort for this. I'm not so much looking at the streak, but who's running current. It's always good to see. Like right here, Roy McMillan with 16 games. He got nailed on the 28th. Lenny Green of the Red Sox. Right now he's on a current 14-game hitting streak. Because we're finishing up 531. It could be the first game or second game of the doubleheader. I don't know. But that's what it looks like. Okay, the National Leagues. Is, again, I'll probably bring Don Demeter. Yep, it's not separated, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, I could do things by a bat all day long and have a great time doing it. All right, it's a lot to do. Every game I've got here by players, by games, by teams. Most hits in the game by a player has been Bob Aspermani. He has 5. I've got 6 players. I've gone 5 for 5 or 5 for 6. I've got quite a few players that have hit two double plays in one game. Totally cool. I have had 2 players hit 3 home runs in one game. One of them was Al Kaline of the Tigers. This fella here is a pitcher. He was a pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds in 1965. And yes, I have his thing recorded in my Skeeter Soft, in my form with the rest of my scorecards. All you gotta do is find it. It's there. You get quite a bit in here. Doubles. Right now I've got 2 players with 3. Hank Aaron, Gene Alley. So I like it. You can go by games, total games for both teams. The Indians and Senators had an 8 doubles. The most home runs, 7. I got 3 times so far. 3 teams have done 7. Cardinals, Dodgers, Reds, Giants, Athletics, Senators. Stolen bases. I've had that happen. I've got a pair with 6. And I'm going to be, and that's the Astros and the Cubs. They play the Dodgers. And that's why I see a lot. Okay. Could do it by teams. I mean, I've got every stat alive I can use. Okay. Extra base hits, total bases. Now, These are one-run games, as everybody's seen. And you've seen it already. All right? Now, it shows the Astros are 22, but actually it's 23. And I know that. So this is not current, but it will be. I can guarantee you, once I bring everything up. Extra inning games, though. These are extra inning games I've done. How many I've done? They ain't got a clue. Now, this is new. When we get to interleague play, I'll be able to do this. But this is not, and I wasn't planning on this. This was a complete surprise. Thank you, Cyrus. Yeah. Get out of there. But this is the American League. Boston right now is playing. They just got done playing. Oh, God. It just did a doubleheader, too. The Red Sox have won 3 over the Orioles, 3-1. The Orioles have a record of all things. They are 7-1 against the Yankees. They beat the Yankees 7 out of 8 times. The Angels have beaten the Athletics 7 out of 8, 7 out of 9, I think. 7 out of 9. Yeah, 7 out of 9. The A's have yet to beat the Red Sox. 2-0. They've only played 2 games, but still, they have yet to beat the Red Sox. Same for the Red Sox, they have yet to beat the White Sox. White Sox have shut them down. 2-0. In this league here, everybody plays each other 18 times. Now, for real, and if anybody who's got an old Sporting News guide from 1965, the Minnesota Twins beat the Boston Red Sox 17 out of 18 games. Over in the National League. My better one here is I've got a 7th spot here. The Cardinals have beaten the Phillies 7-1 so far out of 8 games. So the Cardinals had the Phillies number. Been a real tight game, and that's what I enjoy the most. Anywho, guys, that's the stats as of the end of May 1965. I will be posting these all up in Skeetersoft. So if everyone wants to take a look, I will have them all, most of them posted anyway. This one here is a little bit different. I'm not sure how I can post this, but I'll figure it out. But that's what everybody looks like, guys. It's been fun so far, and we're going to keep on building it up. I have changed the way I'm throwing the dice so that I'm not throwing dice away because I keep chipping them. I'm using the game dice itself. I use it for 4 to 5 innings. Right now I've been using it for 5, and then I use my dice for 4. Makes for these games, makes them interesting. Now what's going to happen is I did this for May 31st, so for June I'm going to play 4 innings of my dice, or 5 innings of my dice and 4 innings of the game dice. If it goes to extra innings, it'll be 5. It'll be 5 and 5 and 5. That's what I will be doing. Anywho, guys, that's pretty much it. I thank you all very much. Have a great evening. Enjoy Al's football game. He's got one going right now. He's using a board game. So we'll do that. And, I shut my game off. Well, I must have had it off for 4 hours. Shoot. Okay. That's my fault, guys. And we're doing well today. Everybody take care.